So it's Monday evening, and that's about time to share with you my day, where I'm going to share with you one thing that I managed to achieve, one thing that I learned, and one thing that I find out that obviously I need to fix. So that's the idea of my day. Try to do it on a daily basis if you want. It's not so easy, you'll find it out, but it helps you to think through your day, and has so many advantages that I can't just do it in 5 seconds. So let's start with my day. Achievement, I wanted for a long time to start. So I published a book which is not actually a book, it's more like learning manufacturing, a learning book that explain in a very dry, methodical way how you can manage your organization without hierarchy, what are the processes that you need to put in place, how to run an organization without a hierarchy and based on complex adaptive system. And I started to write a book. I'm writing a book which actually takes 2 real-life examples, and first of all explain how those 2 life examples, what caused them to implement such system that doesn't use any hierarchy, and which is kind of part A of the book. And part B is more how the actual implementation started. So I'm extremely busy with the part 1, part A, and I wanted for a long time to do kind of a very small, swift, micro stories kind of, that started to share the high level ideas of how I want to write the second part of the book, the real examples of implementation. So the achievement that I managed to write the first one, it's far away from being perfect. I don't like the style that I used. I think that I have a better way to convey it in the next one, and I'll be happy to hear if the next one or the second one is better than the first one. But it was definitely an achievement to find the time to sit down and write it down. So this is the achievement. One thing that I learned, and this is coming from galaxies, when you are trying to drive a change in a big scale, when you have people committed in different levels and they're scattered all over the world, and you more kind of not even a CEO, so you're kind of a prophet that trying to convince people that something is right and get support around it. You find yourself more and more dealing with relationship with people and influence, and this is very, very tricky because relationship takes time, and not with all the people you're spending so much time, but you find yourself in a nutshell that focus on relationship and creating community and inspiring people to do stuff. It's something that you need to sharp very well, because telling people what to do in that scale simply doesn't work. So that's what I learned. And last but not least, one thing that I find out that we need to fix, and it's morely, I think it's for everyone. So I'm always talking about creating organizations that are responsive and disruptive. And I think that I focused a lot of the disruptive, but less on the responsive. And today there was a great example. I think all of us learned over the weekend that, or most of us, learned over the weekend that something happened big in the IT world. IBM bought Red Hat. And I'm sure, well, let's talk about ourselves. So I came to work, and obviously, oh, you heard what happened? IBM bought Red Hat, what we are going to do? That was the good example. The bad example was crickets, nothing. So here is a scenario that happened that definitely disrupt your day-to-day IT activity to a certain degree. And the interesting thing is how people are responsive for. And regretfully, although we are pushing self-management and self-awareness, and we are trying to run our organization without hierarchy, which is extremely hard because we are surrounded in very hierarchical organization. Yet people doesn't have the initiative to say, oh, there's an issue, I have to go and fix it. So they will maybe ask for permission, they will maybe just say, oh, we need to do something about it, or they are mostly doing nothing. And I'm sure that the same is in most of the organizations that exist in the world. There are few organizations that people came to work and say, oh, something happened, I need to be responsive, and my response is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if I said reactive instead of responsive, I meant responsive. And this is something that needs to be fixed. And I think, so I'm sure that I know how to do it. It's simply not so easy to do it in our situation because we are a unique animal that run in one way around a very, 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 very hierarchical top-down approach that that doesn't encourage anyone to do anything without getting a permission. So that's my challenge. I'm sure that's your challenge as well. If you run your own organization and you want to get free of this restriction, I think that we can help you with ways how to do it, and with a platform that can help you to, will support you to implement it. But right now, that's one thing that I find out that I need to fix, and I think that that's conclude our today session of my day. Complex but simple. So probably see you tomorrow, and up until then, bye.